Is ons camera aan of nog nie? Turn camera on, off, on, off, on.
There we go.
Hallo, allemaal ons werk.
Colleagues, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for our preview for EPCR Round 1 Challenge Cup. The Lions are up against Benetton this Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff at Ellis Park. With us today, we've got Julian and Asenathi. Asenathi, welcome back. I think let's start with the raising of our hands, guys, so we can have a bit of order. I see, Francois, yours is up first, so we'll start with you, and then we'll take it from there.
Jy was vinnig al, Fransjo.
Yes. Hi, Julian. Hi, Asenathi. I hope you guys are doing well. Julian, net om so 'n bietjie beter touch op oor die naweek se vertoning teen die Bulle. Goeie verdediging. Ek moet ook sê baie impressive met julle skrimwerk ook seker gewees in hy wedstryd op Loftus. And then Asenathi, I know you will probably be preparing for the game. I don't know if you had a look at the clash against the Bulls, but just from your side as well, just seeing the guys go up there. Not, never expected to win at Loftus, but pulling this one through for the Joburg side.
Ja, ek sal begin en Fransjo, ek sal Engels praat, nee, probeer.
Ja, ek het Engels ook is fine.
I'll try my best. Yeah, so obviously we were really happy with the win at Loftus. I think the performance there, the guts the guys showed, how we played together as a team. We worked hard in the 4 weeks that we were off, that Asa was playing with the Springboks, the guys that were still behind, really worked hard, and it was good to see the things that we worked on, that it actually made a difference in that game. Yes, there was a lot of scrums, the guys, and we know that's the Bulls' strengths, is they normally scrum for penalties, and then they kick the penalty out for corner, and then they maul another penalty, and that's how they get into the 22. And us not conceding a penalty in the whole game in 18 scrums really did well for us, and obviously we got the one penalty. We're not blind to the fact that the Springboks weren't there, same as what Asa wasn't with us. But now, with the Benetton coming up this weekend, another good scrum challenge for us. Looking forward to that. And obviously, we lost against them. URC there by them. So, can't say this is a revenge game. We just want to focus on our process. But we know what to expect, and we're keen to play this weekend.
Yeah, just from my side. So, I did get to watch the first half. Good running rugby. I thought the guys really played some good rugby. It's something. After the game finished and after our game finished as well, I had a bit of a smirk with the Bulls guys there. So it was a good Saturday for me. So it was a good one to see the guys really put out a good performance. Now I really thought the forwards stood up. Like Julian said, going to Loftus, and we haven't won there since 2023. To get a result there was massive for us in terms of our season, just to get some continuity with our results.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Francois. I don't see any hands, guys. So can we, Ross, are you up?
Guys,
Okay,
Asa, just for you first up, a bit of a Springbok question there. You've now had 2 stints with the Boks, obviously start of the year and then now on the end of year tour. How has that been for you? Have you seen yourself grow as a player and pick up some new things over that time? And have you also looked at a few things that you can improve to help you keep getting better as you go forward?
Yeah, definitely. I think every time I come back from camp, there's always something for me where I thought, flip, it's something maybe I didn't put too much attention to it, but it's something they really put detail on it. It's a lot of things that I personally thought I could work on. And okay, you learn every day. There's my job is now bring some of that knowledge back here to some of the guys, to share the knowledge and also get better as an individual and as a player as well.
Thanks, Ross. Morgan.
Hi, thanks, Neon as well. How's it, coach?
Ons kan nie hoor.
Can you my word?
Ja, ons kan nie hoor.
Okay. Coach, I guess you get a bit of an opportunity to rewrite the 41-15 loss against Benetton a few weeks ago. What did you learn from that match, and what are you going to apply for this weekend when you face them?
Oh, thanks, Morgan. Obviously, lots of learnings from that. I was our second game on tour. When was it? September, October. So, yeah, great learnings from that. I think there's a lot of things that we're doing differently currently. Yeah, and then obviously them having a little bit of a softer defense. We have to attack a little bit differently to what it was this weekend against the Bulls. So there's learnings on that side. There's learnings. They have a lot of test players and they send a strong squad over this side. So they play more of a test rugby type of style game. So for us to have the patience, stay in the contest and then wait for opportunities and not force things. I think that's where we got caught last time, inaccuracies. They scored off our mistakes. So yeah, lots of learnings. I can give you a long list. The proof will be in the pudding on Saturday. Obviously, it's a different competition now. Coach Cash has been driving it since Currie Cup. It's 3 competitions, but 1 group. So yeah, we're looking forward to starting this campaign for the EPCR on a good note. Yeah, having played them in US, it does give us a little bit of advantage in prep-wise. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting stuck into this EPCR.
On that, Coach, how important is this competition this season for the Lions? You know, you guys have had a bit of a heartache the last 2 seasons with the Currie Cup game, so desperately close to winning both times. You know, missed out on the top 8 in the URC over the couple of last seasons. Does this competition take on a new dimension that, you know, it is something that you could quite possibly get into the knockout stages and maybe even deep into the competition and get some silverware for the team and for the fans?
Yeah, Coach Cash was very clear yesterday as to what our goals are in this competition. Is you need to end high in your pool to be able to have a home round of 16, to be able to have a home quarter final. And I'm not quite sure if the semi-finals is going to be overseas like last year again. The final, I think, is in Spain. So, yeah, our ambitions is to end high in the pool. There's obviously 4 pool games. We've got Benetton here. We've got Newcastle away. Then we've got Lyon here. And then we've got Perpignan away. So those 4 games is going to decide where we're going to end on the log. And that will decide where we're going to play the playoffs, actually. And then, obviously, to give ourselves a great chance in this competition, we need to end top of the log there. And then have the round or the playoff rugby must be on Ellis Park.
Thanks.
Thanks, Morgan. Let's go Carl and then IT.
Coach, after the shock on Saturday, the Bulls media was desperate to find reasons for the loss to the Lions. And one of the reasons they said was a lot of injuries at strategic times from the Lions at the game, to which Coach Ackers laughed and says everybody's got more tactics to slow the game down and everything. Any comments on that?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. So are you saying that we slowed the game down because of
Apparently
injuries?
you slowed the game down, yeah.
Yeah, what happened is we had a 6-2 split. So we only had 2 backs, and then Henke got injured quite early. Kewen had a niggle that he had to manage. Then Bronson was cramping. So, yeah, I won't see that as tactics whatsoever. Normally, we're the team that try to make things fast. So we're normally the guys that complain about that. So because we didn't have backs on the subs, we had to, Niku at a time had to go to 10 and Chris had to move to 12. And Kewen had to play on wing with Johnny on fullback. So we had to make a lot of changes. And obviously then to get clarity on his 2 goals, and we needed to make a couple of plans. So yeah, I won't put that down to tactics. I would just put it down to crisis management that we had to do. And then if that took some time and we wasted time, no, that's not our intentions whatsoever.
The season forward, which games do you see as the big ones? Obviously, every game is the big one, but there must be 1 or 2 games that you are targeting.
Are you talking about EPCR now?
Yeah, EPCR, yeah.
Yeah, so all of them are massive, and because it's only 4, so it's a 7, or is it 4 round robins, round of 16 quarter semi-final. So it's an 8-game competition. So it's like a sprint. It's not a marathon, whereas URC you have, I think it's 17 or 18 round robin games, and then the quarterfinal, semi-final. So that's a 21 game instead of an 8 game. So yeah, this is you can't, if you slack down on 1 game, you obviously will lose your chance to have a home playoff. So yeah, all of these games are going to be really important for us.
And if I may, Asa, how's the things going with your disciplinary on the yeah on the taking of banned substance and everything, if I may ask?
Can I not answer that now, if you don't mind?
100%, sir, I don't mind.
Thanks, Carl. I think that
Appreciate
information
it,
will
though.
come out. Yeah, that information will come out later in the year, but for now, it's we'll keep it. We'll keep away from
Yeah.
that for now. Ati, you next, and then we'll go to Francois.
Thanks, Prasem. Afternoon, guys. I hope you're well.
Ati,
Coach Jules, just to look at the technical application the guys had over the weekend, and also just being mentally in the 80 minutes. It was something that Coach Cash, said he wanted the guys, to be always mentally in the game. It was quite impressive on Saturday. How do you sort of build on that to ensure that it's consistently there? We also saw on Saturday there was a lot of elimination of errors from your side. You guys forced the Bulls into making those mistakes and just being on top of them mentally. I mean, how do you sort of build on that as a coaching staff, and also now as a senior player? How do you guys build on that?
yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think I'll go first. I think it's like, look, I think if you've asked me this question about a few weeks ago, I think the answer would have still remained the same for me. I think it's how we put teams under pressure. We have to remain that standard, and how the guys implemented this weekend. I think the guys have put in a lot of work over the past 4 weeks, and you could see that on the field. So it put the Bulls under a lot of pressure, and it didn't happen by mistake that they put 40 points at Loftus. So I think really hard work for us to make sure we top up with that. It's really, for us as a group in general, we can't be a one performance team. We have to go back-to-back performances to top that up.
Yeah, if I can top up there on Assad. Yeah, I think for us is the way we're training is to put pressure on the players, and then hopefully in game situations the pressure will be similar or less, and then the players can make better decisions, and have to complement the drivers, making the right decisions in the right areas. I do still think, and we were challenged in the week, is the last 5 minutes. I think we were up 43-17 or 19, 75 minutes in, and we conceded 2 tries there, which obviously we don't want to concede. And we was up 17-0 in the first half, and in the last 10 minutes they scored a maul try and a breakaway try from a launch. So yeah, those are the type of things we still need to almost eliminate out of our game. So like every game, there's always work-ons. But like you rightfully said, it's great to see the guys making the step up at critical times in the game, because most of the times that's where you win games. It's just in the big moments in the game is making the right decisions, and we're getting better with that to the players' compliment.
And then, Coach, in terms of the selection for the squad, the makeup for the games that you'll be playing in the EPCR, how do you sort of approach it? Knowing again there's the URC, but then within those 2 games here, Saturday and then away next week, how do you sort of find that balance as a coaching staff?
Yeah, you have to rely on your squad, eh? So for us, like I mentioned earlier, Coach Cash has been driving this since the beginning. We've got 3 competitions, we've got 1 group. We got to make use of the group and get everyone excited. So we got guys playing against Leopard this weekend, and then some of those guys will probably play against Newcastle, because you have to use the squad. Because after that game in Newcastle, you're traveling back and you got the Stormers in the Cape Town. So for us to be smart around this, to manage the players, that's our goal. We haven't done this well in the past. This is the time in the season where we've actually, I won't say slacked off, but we didn't get the results we wanted to. So, yeah, for this year, we're treating it differently mentally, and I'm sure we'll see the difference come game time, because that's where the proof is in the pudding. So on the weekend is when we need to show the stuff that we're working on and the tactics we're using. So hopefully that will come off in our favor.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Prasad.
Thanks, Ati. Guys, we're tight on time. Can I please go Francois, and then we'll wrap up with Ross. Carl, sorry, we need to keep it moving. Francois, then Ross, and then we'll close, please.
Okay, thanks Danny. So Julian, net so het jou so vinnig help geraak en ek wil net gevra het of dit was so 'n bietjie as jy maar kyk, die toer was so 'n bietjie moeilik vir julle. 'n Paar uitslae wat eintlik wel ongelukkig was om nie te wen nie. Ek dink dis die een teen, as ek reg is, teen Zebre. En dan maar kan 'n mens dalk sê dan veral met die resultate in die bulle nou die naweek was half soos 'n keerpunt vir julle waar soos jy gepraat het nou van hy sielkundige skuif bietjie gemaak het om die tydperk in die seisoen so 'n bietjie beter in te sit en dan regtig 'n push te maak die jaar om die top 8 URC en dan ook diep in te gaan in die uitdagbeker.
Ja, verseker meneer, ek dink vir ons was daai toer was natuurlik teleurstellend, hè. Ons het nou al baie daaroor gesels. Cardiff het ons gevoel, ons het 'n paar sagte oomblikke gehad en die game verloor. Zebre was letterlik, ons moes die game geclose het nadat ons ook nie eens goed was nie. Benetton, ja, ek weet die score was nie great geweest nie, maar ons het nog steeds gevoel ons het goed gedoen, net nie ge-execute nie en hulle het ons geëet op ons foute. So vir ons om terug te gekom met daai 2 home games by die huis te gehad het teen goeie oppositie, Scarlets en Ulster wat ons kon wen met 'n bonuspunt. En nou na die breek die bulle kon gewen het, natuurlik help dit ons vir selfvertroue, natuurlik wys dit ons die goed waaraan ons hard werk en dit gee ons natuurlik selfvertroue. En ja, dit moet ons nou vat in hierdie games en soos ek sê, ander kompetisie, maar vir ons as 'n mindset is net om aan te hou groei as 'n span, as dit vroeër genoem is om te bou en te bou en te bou en aan te hou beter te raak.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Ross, do you have the final one and then we'll have to close, colleagues?
Thanks very much. Coach, you mentioned, the full squad effort that's going to be needed going forward, but does that add a little bit extra pressure on this first game now, knowing that you really need to get off to a good start and possibly, get a bonus point win just to ease the pressure on some of those more fringe players who will be coming through for that, what will be a tricky game for them and really tough cold conditions there in Newcastle?
Yeah, like I said, like all 4 of these games are really important. So, like you said, if you're at home, you need to get the points. You need to get as much points as possible. But yeah, it's so funny you say that because as a team now, we haven't even spoken about that. We're focusing on Benetton now and staying in process and trying to get. Obviously, you want the result. That's the end goal. But the process is going to be the focus. And then for us to get off to a good start is obviously important. If you don't get a good start yet, then you have to travel next week. So to get the confidence high for that trip, and it's going to be important for us. So not to say that it's because we're rotating, just the game is important, and everyone is well aware of that.
Thanks very much,
Brilliant.
guys.
Thanks, Ross. Appreciate your time, colleagues. Asa, Jules, thanks, guys. All the best for Saturday, and we'll connect soon. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys, everyone. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.